Welcome back to Minecraft Bingo. This is Fetchr 5.2 by Noinizer, and it's time again for the 5 in a row bingo challenges. Let's generate a new random card. We're trying to get bingo in a row, column, or diagonal in the quickest time possible. This is the first of the two 5 in a row challenges for this episode. We've got a village. We've got snow. We've got pumpkins. Taiga is good. And what else? There is a swamp. There is a swamp. Okay, let's take a look at the card. We're not going to do the leather boots. Not for the 5 in a row anyway. I think Enchanted Book is probably out. That's safe to say. Melons, I didn't see a jungle, so I think we're going to rule out the melon. And what else? What could we get maybe at the village that's useful? I don't see pumpkin on the card. That's a sticky piston, but I don't want to go for it. The slime ball is going to take too long to get. Not to mention the redstone involved. We could do, let's see, the diagonal's out. I don't love the dispenser or the wolf armor. So what does that leave us? Okay, there is pumpkin on the card. We could do this. We could do that. Pumpkin seed, mushrooms red and brown. 3 double cooked stone and 5 iron. Mangrove propagule. We need 3 leather and 9 sugarcane. I don't know. It doesn't sound fast, that's for sure. I don't see a bookhouse for the lectern, which means we actually do need the leather and sugarcane. Are there any cows? So getting the pumpkin seeds, easy. In fact, I think there's pumpkin right in the village there. We could get the hay bale too, but that doesn't really help us. No, it doesn't. Mangrove propagule, I don't think we can go for, right? There's no mangrove swamp. There's just regular swamp. Yeah, all I see is regular. I don't see any mangrove. So I don't think we can do propagule. I don't see warm ocean for sea pickle, but I'm not going to rule it out. That kind of makes this row quite difficult without a mangrove swamp. So what do we do about that? Just go for it anyway? I don't see anything better. If we had a way to get armor trim, we could go for the leather boots, but I don't see a shipwreck or a pillager outpost. So I don't know how we would get the trim. We have to rule that out. So it's got to be that middle row. I'm just not sure how we're going to pull it off, but let's try it anyway. Okay, it's worth a try, I guess. A little bit risky here. Ruin portal, I didn't see that. We must have been right over it. I guess I didn't ever look down. We do have obsidian. There's some iron and there's flint and steel. Let's punch a tree. Yeah, I don't think this ruined portal really helps that much. It's nice to have the iron, but we don't really need it. Let's just go grab a pumpkin and look for mushrooms. We'll see if there's a blast furnace in the village or maybe a lectern. If we had both, that would be very fast. Because then we would actually have the time to look for the propagule. But instead, we have to spend time doing both, I think. So it's going to be quite slow. Let's make this stuff here, crafting table and whatnot. I need some stone. There's a brown mushroom. So that's a start at least. And then let's just make some tools right here before we go into the village. This also might be a bad idea, but I definitely want to have some tools, and I think we need enough cobblestone for at least 1 furnace in case we don't get lucky and find a blast furnace here. In that case, we would also need extra cobblestone for smelting, at least 3. Plus all the tools I still need, as usual. Let's make those now. I need a pick. I need an axe. I need a shovel. And let's make sure we get the rest. So we're going to need an iron golem or a chest with iron in it. in order to get enough iron for the blast furnace, we need 5 total. We did get some iron from the ruined portal, but it's not much because it's just nuggets. I don't even think it's enough for 2 ingots, honestly. I do need a little bit more tree. Let's chop one. And then I never did make a boat or any doors either. Let's see if we have enough wood to do that. Looks like we do. So let's put the crafting table back down. I don't need snow, right? No. All right, let's make a boat. Let's make doors. Yeah, they could still be useful. We'll make a couple more sticks too. And then how much iron did we have? 3. That's actually more than I thought. That might be enough for a pickaxe if we have to pivot to something with redstone. Let's see. I don't need gravel, I think. There's our pumpkin down there. Jeez, man, how do I get down off this thing? Okay, there we go. Nothing I need here, I think. Let's get down and grab the pumpkin. Do I need hay bale? I don't know, but it's on the card, so we'll grab it. I just need, the seeds. So I don't know why you can do that, but you can. There's a bed here. I don't need it. What about, okay, there's an iron golem too. What is this house? I can't remember what's up here, but I think it's something. Okay, I'll take, there's seeds in here, but we don't need them anymore. And I'll take the wood. Whoa, what about inside? All right, nothing in that house. Grindstone, we don't need. Look at all these grindstones. There's a chest. Oh, wow, that's a lot of obsidian. I'll take the pick. And some more food is nice. I guess we'll take the armor too. I don't need a red apple, I think. All right, that's pretty good. Sugarcane here, why not? I still would need a bookhouse. That's a poppy. I think there's nothing in here. That's cartographer's house, and this one is stone cutter. I don't think we actually need a stone cutter, but it looks like we're not gonna get a lectern. What is this house? Fetchr. I didn't know there were eggs in a fletching house. That's interesting. I'll take 1 egg. Thank you very much. Don't know how I'm going to use it, but I think it's time to leave this village behind. So we need leather. We need how much? Yeah, we have the sugarcane. We just need leather for the lectern. And we need a mangrove swamp. We also need a red mushroom. There was no red mushroom, I think, in that village. All right, let's go see if we can find a mangrove swamp. That kind of changes things for us. There are red berries here, sweet berries. There's also lily of the valley, which we don't need. Where can I get a red mushroom? Don't know. Maybe right next to the mangrove swamp. Okay, there's our red mushroom right there. So we'll grab that for the stew. It looks like we're going to need to smelt some stone, and I still don't have enough iron. I'm too short, I think. I don't see mangrove swamp either, but one thing at a time, I guess. Red mushroom, please. There we go, got it. Yeah, so we need 2 iron. We need to cook some stone. There are chickens, and we need a bunch of leather. Where can we find leather? Okay, I think I see horses, or possibly cows over here. Can't tell if I think they're horses. But horses drop leather too, and we need 3. Yeah, they're horses for sure. I don't see cows here, but there's a lot of horses. We should have no problem getting our leather. I'm becoming increasingly concerned about the time. Can you drop me leather? Stop running around. Give me leather. All right, that's the 3 leather that we needed. Now we just need mangrove swamp. And then we need to do a bunch of smelting. Oh, there are cows right over here. That's fine, it's fine. We got the leather that we needed. No time to stop for cows. I need warm biome. Okay, there we go. Jungle in this direction. It might be faster to boat, but I'm just going to keep sprinting. We have a little bit of food, so we should be okay. All right, jungle is pretty warm, I would say. I see cocoa beans. Let's see if we can... Actually, is there iron here? No. No. No, I don't see any iron, but we still need 2. There are Badlands and Savannah. Oh, there's a Pillager Outpost. That could give us our iron. What else could we get there? I know one thing we won't get there is a mangrove propagule, so we need to make this quick. Yeah, so we're hoping for the iron. I guess that's really all I want. There are chickens here. I think it's too late to pivot to the wool farmer. Do I have blocks? I do. I'm gonna need those in just a moment. There's dripstone. I do need a dripstone, maybe pointed dripstone would be nice. That's on the card. I don't know if it helps us pivot at all. I guess if there's trim, there's no trim. We got wheat, we got string, tripwire hook, but there's no crossbow. There's our iron, and I'll take the wood. Sing, goat horn, I think we have that one. We have sing, we have seek, and we have feel. Let's see, is there any more dripstone here? I think it doesn't really matter. Okay, there's mangrove swamp over there. Okay, all the damage here is not great. But I'm in a hurry to get over to the mangrove swamp and start cooking. Because we have everything we need now, I think. It's not going to be a great time, I suspect. But we'll definitely be able to finish the run. Alright, mangrove swamp. We just need a propagule, and then we'll put down some furnaces. In fact, let's pull our boat in right here and get those furnaces down as quick as we can. I never made furnaces. Okay, good to know. Let's make 2. Can we afford 2? Yes, I think we can afford 2 furnaces. Throw this in here with some fuel. See, I don't care about those logs, I think. Let's make the lectern while we're waiting. So we need paper, we need books, we need... did I get rid of all my wood? No, I still have some. Here, this is fine. We'll just make this into slabs. Ugh, that's bad. Alright, give me... No, it needs to be a bookshelf first. Silly me. Alright, make the bookshelf. Now make the lectern. And check the furnace. Yeah, double cook that. For the blast furnace, eat this. And let's go get a propagule quickly. The sun is setting already. Oh, we went over 10 minutes. That's not what I wanted to do, but I think we can wrap this up quickly. Let's make the stew. Something like that. Throw in the mushrooms, sure. And then now we just need this. We need a furnace. This is so slow, but we're almost done. Okay, this and then the iron, and that's it. Enjoy the fireworks. That's our bingo. 11 minutes, 9 seconds, and 99. Let's go ahead and jump into another 5 in a row challenge. All right, let's generate another random card for the second of the 2 5 in a row bingo challenges for this episode. We're trying to get bingo in a row, column, or diagonal. in the quickest time possible. We're not going to go for slime ball. I don't like the dispenser because of the redstone and the string. So I don't want to do that either. What do we have? We have mushrooms. We've got roof forest. There is a jungle. And it looks like there's a savanna too. There's a pillager outpost. Yes, there is. What about shipwrecks? Or amethyst geodes? Well, I don't see the geode. That would have been cool. And I don't see a shipwreck either. What could we get at the pillager outpost? Crossbow is not on the card. We're not going to do the pale hanging moss because there's no pale garden here. What can we go for? What does the jungle help us with? Brown banner, maybe? Because we could get the cocoa beans, but then we would need 6 wool. We could get the wool at the outpost. It might be a little bit slow. Jukebox. It doesn't really help us with much, though, does it? What about this diagonal here? Empty map, flint, gunpowder, dried kelp, stone cutter. There's no way that's fast. Let's see, no geode. I don't want to do the map, I think, which means all the columns are out, so it's got to be a row. I mean, we could technically do the map, I guess. Maybe I'll keep the map on the card. That's 4 iron, 1 redstone, and 8 paper, plus gunpowder, 3 cookstone, and 1 more iron. That's possible. It is possible. Otherwise, the next best thing to do is probably... Let's see, powered rail is 6 gold, and redstone, ink stack, red and blue flowers for purple dye, go down for the tough. Yeah, we could do the top row. I don't like this row because of the diamond and the lush cave. I'm not thrilled about pumpkin pie either because of the egg. I don't see any chickens. I think we'd go to the pillager outposts, and then we go to the jungle. Or we could just disregard that completely and try the diagonal. All right, let's do that instead. We're going to go for the diagonal. That's 5 iron, 1 redstone, flint, gunpowder, and 3 cookstone plus 9 kelp. Let's see how quickly we can get those 5 items for bingo. Where do we go first? This way, I guess. We need a tree to punch. There's no kelp here. Well, there is kelp here, I guess. It's not much, but maybe we can collect enough. No. No, I'm a little short. Alright, that's fine. We'll get it from here then. Alright, now let's punch a tree. This isn't exactly where I expected to end up, but it should be fine. It should be fine. I think we picked a good 5 in a row, actually, now that I think of it. 5 iron. Going low for redstone's not great. Flint's easy. And since we're going low for redstone, it should be no problem to get the gunpowder. We just have to make sure... Yeah, we already have the kelp done, too. And we can cook stone underground. I can make this work. We just need to make sure we have enough wood before we go underground. Alright, let's make a crafting table. We already have a bunch of sticks. Where can I get some stone? Guess I'll grab a red flower. Is there stone somewhere? Here, we'll just dig in and grab some stone somewhere. There we go, right there. Make a pick. I wish I was smelting right now, but I don't have stone yet for the furnace. We'll get it going in a minute. Actually, smoker. Smoker might be the fastest way to smelt that much kelp. Do we do that? Yeah, we just need to grab some extra logs. And then we can make the smoker last? I don't know if that's going to work here. Let's make some tools. I'll think about it. The smoker might be the way to go. Give me a shovel for the flint, and then I need a little bit more stone here. It'd be nice if we could just mine into some iron. We don't need that much. I do want enough stone for at least 2 furnaces, especially if we're going to make a smoker. Okay, I think we'll do 1 smoker, 1 furnace. That's the plan. So what else do we need before we go underground? Just wood and flint. Okay, that's not bad. We can do that. Let's see. Here, just give me 1, 2, 3, 4. Those will be the logs for my smoker. And let's go ahead and make the furnaces. 1, 2. We'll make one of these into a smoker for the kelp. And, oh, there was a smoker on the card. Come on, game. I didn't even notice. Okay, that's fine. Kind of a setback there, though, on the stone and the logs. I mined extra, and now I don't have enough. All right, that'll be fine right there. Whew. The things I do for this game. All right, let's try that again, shall we? We make an extra furnace, turn it into a smoker, and then we'll use that to smoke the kelp later. All right, I need wood. I need wood for smelting, so let's grab some. Birch is fine. We don't need these to be logs. We'll turn them all into planks. Next, we go find our flint, and then we go underground. All right, let's actually make a boat. And let's make some doors. We should have plenty of wood for fuel. Is there any gravel nearby? Let's see. There should be. That's all gravel underneath me. Let's just go down and take a closer look. There's cave here, but I don't see iron. Okay, there's iron right there. I don't need much, but I don't want to drown. There we go. All right, so what are we doing here? I need 4 iron. That's all I needed, right? 4 iron. Let's put down the furnace first, and we'll throw in the iron. Put down the smoker and throw in the kelp. And I need flint. Let's see. And I need gunpowder. Oh, I also need to cook some... Here, let's do this instead. We'll make another... we'll make another furnace. And let's cook... This is probably stupid, but we'll cook this. The stone for the stone cutter. Yeah, that should be enough fuel. Let's see. Okay, you're done. So we can make... something. Why can't I think of what I wanted to make? I'm still 1 iron short. All right, there we go. Throw that in here. Right. Okay, smoker was very fast. Let's make the kelp block. And now we have enough iron. And there's our stone, so we can make the stone cutter. Give me wood back. Because we don't need the furnaces anymore, I think. But I do want the crafting table. Okay, we need 1 redstone, 1 gunpowder, and 1 flint. Let's take this door back. Why can't I get out here? Okay, there we go. Oh, what did I drop? My axe. All right, I got my door back. Let's go low for redstone. There's redstone right there. Looks like we've got ourselves a lush cave. Mine the redstone? No. Nope, can't do that because I need iron for a pickaxe. What was I thinking? Okay, where is my iron then? Do we just go back where we were? Yeah, there was still iron here. How many? One. Okay, it's enough. And we can smelt it right here, I suppose. Why didn't I remember this extra iron we needed for the pickaxe? I don't know. All right, you go in there. Okay, I'll be back. Go back down to, where did it go? The door here. Put down, easy now. Put this down, make a pickaxe. Mine the redstone. Okay. Oh, the paper! I'm so bad at this game. Okay, I deserve that. The paper. I never grabbed sugarcane. That's hilarious. Okay, so we'll just go back to the surface then. Okay, we've got the iron. Just take the door and go, right? Let me check first. Gunpowder. Gunpowder, right. Let's just go back up to the surface and grab some sugarcane. From where? Sugarcane from the Pillager Outpost? Can the Pillager Outpost have gunpowder in the chest? I don't remember that being on the loot table, but if it is, we could finish the run up top of this Pillager Outpost. Okay, that's not great. Pillager here. Alright, that's enough sugar. I have one block. Let me find the entrance here. Where's the... Oh, is that the entrance? Alright, fair enough. Block that. Race to the top and hope there's gunpowder. Otherwise, we still need to go into a cave. That's not good. Give me a block. Alright. Okay, no gunpowder. We did get iron. There's armor trim and wood. The sing goat horn, I'm not interested in. Let's see. I need to make some things happen here. I left my crafting table behind. So make a new one of those. Make a compass. Make paper. Make the map. That's so slow. Okay, make the map. What's left? Flint and gunpowder. Flint and gunpowder. Okay, I have a plan. I have a plan for flint and gunpowder. Let's get off the boat first of all. I didn't pick it up, but we'll be fine without it. Okay, I need a creeper and I need gravel. There's gravel here. It's gonna cave in. Okay, that's fine. That's not good. Where are these guys coming from? All right, we abandoned the the flint there, the gravel. Did I pick up any? I have one gravel. Okay, that'll do. Let's go down and look for creeper. That's bad. Skeleton shooting at me. It's very bad. Let's see if we can get away from him. Okay, there's, let's see, there is a creeper just blew up, but didn't drop gunpowder, I think. Okay, another creeper here. Don't blow up, don't blow up. Dang it. No, you get out of here, you jerk. I need another creeper. I'm all out of creepers. Man, where can I get another creeper from? Also, give me flint, please. No flint. I need to eat too. I have like no food. I guess I can eat that rotten flesh. Okay, there's the flint. Oh, I picked up gunpowder somewhere. I didn't even notice. Well, okay, there's our time. 11 minutes, 32 seconds. And I guess that wraps up this challenge. I don't know when I picked up the gunpowder, but that was very lucky. Really, that wasn't the greatest time ever, but in this case, ooh, I will take it, and we should head back to the lobby now before those pillagers find a way to get into me. That's going to do it for this episode of Minecraft Bingo. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Where should I put this pointed dripstone? Maybe there? Okay.